Testing, testing. Is Tiffany Cosloy here yet? Tiffany Cosloy, are you in the room? Where is Tiffany Cosloy? Is Robert Fulton in the room? Tiffany and Robert, are you in the room? Tiffany and Robert. We are starting in 55 seconds. We are starting in 55 seconds because we do have a Zoom audience. Please take a seat. Laureen, please take a seat. Kathy, I need you to take a seat. Kathy Ryder, Sam Wildman, please take a seat. We have to get started on time. Ben, could you and your posse take a seat? Shai, we got to get people seated because we have to start on time. But hello, Shai. Good to see you, buddy. If everyone could please take a seat right now. If everyone could please take a seat. Hallie, guide all those kids to a seat. What are we even doing tonight? Do I see our Ufru? Oh, yeah. Tiffany, good to see you. I was like, where are you guys? Go, have a seat. Good to see you both. Tiffany and Robert are in the house. I have not called you all week, and I apologize. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We have a lot going on tonight. So I need everyone to go, shh. Thank you very much. That's very nice. So we have a couple things, just a few things going on tonight. We have two B'nai Mitzvahs who are going to be coming forward a bit later. Are the Newlanders here? Right here, thank you very much. Are the Pasternaks here? Fabulous. We have an Ufruf also. We'll explain what that is later. Tiffany and Robert, you're in the house, correct? Where are you? Tiffany and Robert, where are they? They're here. Oh, they're somewhere. I've seen them. And finally, the most important thing we're doing tonight, we're also going to be honoring Cantor Noah. So if we want to just... I'd like to take credit for all that's going to be happening tonight, but I will tell you that all the music that we have tonight, it's all Cantor Noah. She has planned an amazing night, and I always love it when cantors decide to plan an amazing night to honor on the night they're being honored. I'm always very appreciative of that. I feel like it's to my benefit. So we're going to begin with Shalom Aleichem. We are on page 142. And if you want to show how much you love and like Cantor Noah, you're going to sing really loudly, all right? So we need everyone singing Shalom Aleichem with her, unless it's an unusual melody. It's not an unusual melody. Page 142. This is a song about angels, and angels love to sing. Shalom Aleichem 142.
שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת מלאכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא בורכם לשלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא צאתכם לשלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא
We turn to page 138 for Lachado D. Lachado D is that song we sing every Shabbat where we invite Shabbat into our community and into our presence. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, rising on verse 9 and facing the back door. Here we go.
שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה, לך דודי דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, איך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Let's rise and face the back door. So what is an ufroof? How badly am I mispronouncing that term, Cantor? Oh, it's Yiddish, so even with your Hebrew, it's perfect. So an ufroof is something you traditionally do for a couple the Shabbat before they get married. And if you're Orthodox, it's only the man who does this. He comes forward, he says a blessing over the Torah, and afterwards people shout Mazel Tov, and they might even throw candy at the couple. Who has candy? Do we have a bunch of candy already handed out? Awesome, great. Hold on to that, wait for my signal. In more modern ways, well, we've updated this. Tonight we're going to have an ufroof. We're going to do it right now. And we're going to do it for two people that are very special to this community. We're going to be doing it for Tiffany Kozloy. Where's Tiffany? Why don't you wave? But he can't come forward yet. And Robert Fulton, her beau, and they're going to be married in, 2 weeks now? 1 week? 1 week. So it's an exciting time in their lives, I know, and we wanted to offer them a blessing. But first we have to make them feel welcome. And as we do during conversions, as we do during baby namings, we yell out a very important phrase. And that phrase is Bruchim Habaim B'Shem Adonai. And after we yell it out 3 times really loudly, they're going to come forward and up onto the bima. So here we go, the first time. Bruchim Habaim B'Shem Adonai. That's actually the first Hebrew I say at every wedding. And now a little bit louder. Bruchim Habaim B'Shem Adonai. And now make them feel like this is such a blessing. Bruchim Habaim B'Shem Adonai. And if they heard us, they're going to come forward right now. See, Tiffany knows to come all the way up. That's a good example. Former executive director. Let's move this way a little bit, I think. Oh, good. We got everybody now? Cool. We want to make sure everybody out in TV land can see you both. So, first of all, I'm honored that you asked to do this here. And we've been crazy busy lately. Look, just yesterday I wrote you and said, I need to know some things. I need to know a little bit about the two of you. And so I sent them a mini questionnaire. And I'm not going to quote the whole thing, but I wanted to read a little bit of it. And so I asked Tiffany, what are Robert's best characteristics? I almost feel like there's a bad joke in this I won't do. He is funny. He can make up a song on the spot. Go.
I can make up a song, it won't be very long, and how can I get it wrong? It's our special night.
That's awesome. It was a rap. That was great. I thought I was going to embarrass him. Okay, he is kind. He is willing to go on adventures. But most importantly, he's an amazing dad. And then she added one bonus. He brings me flowers every Shabbat. And then she used 5 words to describe him: kind, caring, silly, thoughtful, and supportive. And then Robert, he said, Tiffany is the kindest. We already knew that. Most thoughtful and most patient person I know. She is full of joy and optimism and has an infectious, get-it-done attitude. And he described you with these words: kind, loving, optimistic, joyful, and glitter. So I don't need, okay, you'll have to explain that during Oneg is my guess. So you're supposed to chant from the Torah. We're not making you guys do that tonight. I'm going to have you read a few biblical verses. Yesterday I was going through the Torah, trying to find a good Torah section, and there aren't many good Torah sections about love. It's like everyone's property in those days. So I went to Ecclesiastes, and I thought this was a better way of sharing love, and if it feels like commitment, of reading holy literature. So let me just turn this on, and you guys can read that. And make it dramatic.
Go eat your bread with joy, then, and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already approved what you do. May you always be clothed in white, and never lack oil to anoint your head. Enjoy life with the person you love, all the fleeting days that are granted to you under the sun, all your fleeting days. For this is your portion in life, to repay your toil here under the sun.
Thank you. And so you two just read a piece that speaks about how the payment for hard work in life is a good spouse, someone you love. And I know that you both have been looking for someone to love, and you've been together, 4 years now? 4 years of togetherness, and now committing it to marriage. So I would like to wrap a tallis around you, and I'm going to offer you a special blessing. So why don't you guys face me shoulder to shoulder? Thank you. Sorry, Tiffany. May the ones who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless the two of you, because you will soon enter a holy covenant together. May your love be perpetuated, and may you be blessed and made fruitful, and may you find abundant satisfaction in each other's embrace. And may the household that you build within the faith of Israel be a sanctuary of love and faithfulness, an abode of peace and holiness, a house in which children will grow in health and happiness and love of Torah and good deeds. And together we say, Amen. And now, Simen Tovu, Mazel Tov, come up here. Simen Tovu, Mazel Tov. Throw your candy! Elanu, 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 Uvechol Yisrael, Elanu, Elanu, Uvechol Yisrael. Simen Tovu, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. Kids, come pick up the candy. Kids, anyone under 20, pick up the candy. Anyone under 20. Anu. Kids, come on. And so concludes our Oof Roof. Can I give you a hug? Mazel Tov. I'm very happy for you. One final Mazel Tov as they head back to their seats. Mazel Tov! Where am I in the outline now? If the Pasternaks and Newlanders could come forward to light our candles, come on forward. And Glenn Rabney is coming forward to do give us a musical assist tonight. Let me get the two B'nai Mitzvah families up here. I promise it won't be a long night. It's only taking us 20 minutes to get to candle lighting. Come on forward. Come on forward. If each family could light one candle, please, either with the lighter or with the matches. As we light these candles, that Sabbath bride who's in our presence is going to pass through this gateway, the gateway of two candles. And as she passes through this gateway, she brings Shabbat peace to all of our hearts. And now, yes.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר להדליק נר של שבת, של שבת. להדליק נר, להדליק נר, של שבת, של שבת.
And now a big mazel tov to both families and to Glenn for that beautiful accompaniment. Mazel tov! You guys can return to your seats, and I know you're... It's my honor to ask our VP of Membership, Cynthia Deculus, to come forward to share some thoughts with us tonight. Cynthia?
Shabbat Shalom. Before I kind of go into what I was going to say, I just have to say, looking out at all of you and being in the room with all of you is amazing. And seeing so many old friends and some new friends and all the kids home from college, including our shuttle driver, it's just, I feel home. So it just feels great. So Noah. This is actually about you. When Noah first arrived here 7 years ago, Julian was 12. So you can guess where this story is going. I seem to recall that he was one of her first B'nai Mitzvah students. What a fabulous experience. She got to know him so well. She helped him to personalize the service. She coached him expertly on the prayers and reading from Torah. And our friends and family who were here from all over the country, all they kept saying all night to me was, oh my God, that amazing voice, that amazing voice. Like they didn't realize they were coming here to be entertained the way that they were. And that it was probably one of the most amazing, bar mitzvah services they'd ever been to. So we were really proud. And then 3 years later, it was Danielle's turn. And Danielle's birthday's in January, and no one knew that it was really important to me to honor our biracial family by having a really special gospel Shabbat for Martin Luther King Shabbat, which was the night before Danielle's bat mitzvah. And at the last minute, our usual choir canceled. And poor Noah. But she took it so personally, and she was going out on a limb to try to figure this out for us and make it as special as possible. And at the last minute, thankfully, Dr. D could make it. And that night, this house was rocking. But those of you who've been here for an MLK Shabbat know that it's our Cantor's rendition of our prayers sung to gospel tunes is what really makes this house rock. And it was just amazing. And even just recently, last week, Noah brought up something about our family that I was like, I didn't even remember that. And we realized that's how well she got to know us, that she had this obscure fact about our family known better than even I could remember. But we first met Noah before that. We met Noah when she was brought in to lead Coldplay before ever becoming our cantor. And it was through many rehearsals in our garage with BJ and Glenn and Brian that we came to really appreciate all her amazing talents and to really form our friendship. When she officially became our cantor and took on many other responsibilities, she passed the baton to Shai. And we had the pleasure of getting really close to him and having a lot of great garage sessions. On some occasions, when Noah came to join the rehearsals at our house, the boys came with them. So we had the fun of having them as babies and toddlers and running around our house. And I was hoping Levi would be here tonight so I could remind him of the best Spider-Man DVD that he loved. Really violent one, but he loved it. And now we just got Levi's homemade earrings. So, just watching the boys grow up has been amazing. Each member of our family has a special connection to you, Noah. Whether it's the kids through religious school, their B'nai Mitzvah experiences, their first foray into babysitting. They weren't very good at it. And BJ, of course, through all the music that you've played together. But for me, I remember telling Noah that on the occasions when we don't have a service as long as we have tonight, and they do the long Kiddush at the end, that always meant a lot to me because that was a special tradition in my house and it brought back memories of my dad. And no matter how full this bima was, on a night when Noah sang the full Kiddush, she always glanced my way and gave me a really just warm smile. And it was just a very special moment always. Noah's voice and the diversity of her talent is unparalleled, and so is her heart. We wish you guys an amazing journey on your next chapter of life. It's a dry heat in Arizona, dry heat. Good luck. But you'll always be part of some of our most special memories here, and we're going to miss you.
And now we're back to prayer, so we're going to turn to page 146 for the Baruch Hu, and we have Brian Knopf coming forward to accompany, and we have Darren coming forward to lead us in prayer. Darren, come forward for the Baruch Hu. And I need everyone to rise. We face the ark for the call to worship. You're going to go over to the cantor. Yasher Koach, good job. Please remain standing for the Shema. We take a moment. We take a deep breath in. And we hold that breath and we let it out. And we take another deep breath in, feeling the relaxation of Shabbat. We breathe in. We hold it. We let it out. And now we feel our connection to each other and to God on this deep breath in. Hold it. And let it out. The Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated unless you're Nathan, and Nathan is going to come forward right now. He's going to go stand next to the Cantor and lead us in the Vahafta. We find the Vahafta on page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך, בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בעיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
All say Yasher Koach. Great job. To come forward to share some of his thoughts tonight. Rob Moline. I almost made that joke, but I decided against it.
Dayenu, it would have been enough. Tonight we gather to say goodbye and reflect on Cantor Noah. Our memories are filled with what she has meant to us, her evolution as our Cantor, and the spiritual growth that we have together shared, learned from, loved, and enjoyed. Noah, Shai, their two boys, have given so much to us all. In turn, we have provided a community and a home for them. The voice and musicality of Noah, the musicality and voice of Shai. Together our hearts have been touched and we have shared a 7-year journey. Dayenu. Along with me, you have probably noticed how Noah's voice, her presence, her strength have evolved, grown, and matured. Cantor Noah has led us in song and prayer, old melodies and new interpretations. The DNA of our Jewish souls have been marked. You have entertained us with jazz, Beatles, Broadway, rock and soul. You have partnered with Rabbi John and Rabbi Becky, Shai, countless musicians and congregants, in musical themed Shabbats, High Holy Day service duets, countless children's skits, and so much more. You've touched our children and helped to form their Jewish identities as they grew. You have comforted us in our times of need. Dayenu, it would have been enough. Debbie Friedman, Doug Kotler, Karen Glasser, Tiffany Coyle, Noah Shaashua. We've been blessed. Now your journey continues with a congregation in Arizona, and how blessed they are about to become. And our journey continues as well. As Frank Sinatra sang, the best is yet to come. Noah, would that be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. May your coming years be filled with joy. And may you look back on your years at Temple Kol Tikva with fondness and love. Dayenu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Wow. My name is Jade Carter. I'm the rabbinic intern here at Kol Tikva. And we're returning to our service with Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha is the song that Miriam and all the women of the Israelites sang after the exodus from Egypt. It celebrates our past freedoms and reminds us not to take for granted the freedom that we have today. Freedom of expression, freedom from oppression, freedom to be people who've maintained essential rights, and of course, freedom to sing. We turn to page 158 with our special guest, BJ DeCullis.
La
clearly see that the musical talent in this room is not only with Noah, but with a lot of us here, and it's very exciting. Speaking of music, I have always loved Vishamru because of its musical drama, and Cantor Noah does a really nice job at this one. The prayer itself speaks of the commandment to keep Shabbat, and its ups and downs remind us of the ups and downs of our week until we get to the precipice of our week, Shabbat, where we can celebrate, relax, and sing in peace and serenity together. We turn to page 162 for Vishamru.
ששת ימים
עשה אדוני
עשה
את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש בני ובן בני ישראל אותי לעולם בני ובן בני ישראל אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
Yasher Koach, wow. Let's give it a hand for Evan. Wow, that was amazing. We are now turning to the Misha Berach. The Misha Berach prayer is for those who are ill of mind, body, or spirit. We live in a culture where our productivity is often how others defined us. And when we're ill, that's in risk. But the Misha Berach reminds us that at any state that we're in, we are cared for, worthy, and divine. Tonight on our Misha Berach list, we have Richard Barrett, Alyssa Lynn Bennett, Herman Busseminit, Alex Fischel, Lisa Sage, Sylvia Nimroff, Joan Shank, Joyce Stern, Lois Arami, Peggy Holm, Sherry Wells, Lisa Bruner, Feroz Manavi, Faji Manavi, Kathy Salebi, Neil Friedman, Wayne Shaw, Jack Simone, Ron Jacobs, Barry Katz, Sharon Scheckner. We think of those suffering in the Ukraine due to war, those who are healing from all too frequent gun violence, those affected by terrorist attacks, and those caring for those who are ill. If you have an additional name for our Misha Berach list, please share it with me now as my hand meets you. May the God of our ancestors grant healing to all those in need. We turn to page 371.
I know the choir is here, so sing loud and proud.
We now call up Tina Degan, our VP of Religious Practices, to share her words with Cantor Noah.
Is it on? Hello, is it on? Okay. Okay. Cantor Noah. 7 years ago, when you became our cantorial soloist, your personal journey became enmeshed with that of Kol Tikva. So I wanted to highlight a few of the experiences and traditions that you've shared with us. You have an incredibly versatile voice and can sing so many different musical genres. It's amazing to me. When you sing Alvino Makenu during Yom Kippur, I get the shivers. When we have Kabbalat Shabbat, you introduce many different melodies to the familiar tunes. I didn't know there were so many different versions of Micha Mocha, so you and Shai are a very talented team, and we have benefited from your collaborations. Cantor Noah, I love when you and Rabbi Becky were up here on the bima and you were belting out songs to the Broadway Shabbat. Another wonderful memory includes you singing Lecha Dodi to Abba's Dancing Queen, and the whole synagogue was just electrified and moving to the music. However, COVID-19 came along, and it was a challenge to both our community and the world. And yet you and Shai turned it into an opportunity. You each had the different community choir members sing parts of a song and prayer and then edit it to create a design that we were able to listen to on Zoom. And it was a labor of love which allowed our congregation to have a special connection even though we were isolated in our homes. Cantor Noah, I personally want to thank you for your impact on my family's journey. You will always hold a special place in my heart for how wonderfully and kind you were to my father, Paul. He loved to hear you chant prayers on Friday night, and I miss hearing his off-key, loud singing with you. He looked forward to all of your classes on Jewish music and the composers, and he eagerly shared his finds of Israeli musicians that on YouTube. He would come over and share them with Cantor Noah, and she always appeared interested and welcoming. Now your path takes you and your family to Arizona, and we take pride in all your accomplishments here at Kol Tikva. We will miss you, and we look forward to celebrating all your successes in the future, and we hope to stay in touch. Lahitrot and shalom.
Thank you, Tina. We're now turning to the Amidah on page 164. Naomi Levy is one of our great rabbis here in LA. And in her book, Talking to God, she writes, "Prayer reminds us that we are connected through God to one another, to all those longing for our help. We are not alone or cut off. And at the same time, God is praying for us. God is hoping we learn how to take care of one another. The world is waiting for us to bless it." After we sing the prayers together on the page and continue silently, I challenge you this evening during the Amidah to voice the prayer in your heart without censoring or editing, because our tradition teaches us that just as we pray, God is also praying for us. We start on page 164. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid teilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה, רב ולהושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue silently through page 180. When you're done with your silent prayer, you may be seated.
Noah, I just want to say thank you so much for being with us for 7 years. And it's been a joy singing with you. Thank you for inviting me up to the bima to sing with you. And I'm going to miss it so much. And thank you so much also for being so special to Ella and making her bat mitzvah that much more special. I'm going to miss you.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון עלי ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable, if only unto you, O God, my rock, creator of my soul. Adonai, my Redeemer. Adonai, my Redeemer. love you.
We now turn to page 570 for the counting of the Omer. We count each day from the second day of Passover until the day prior to Shavuot. We count because we are free after Passover, but we are not yet a people. We become a people. Yes, we become a people. We become a people when we get to Shavuot. And so we count each day in anticipation. We make each day count. And I'd like to say Cantor Noah has helped us make each day count whenever we're together with her. So we're going to turn to page 570, and she's going to lead us in the counting of the Omer.
הנני מוכן ומזומן, הנני מוכן ומזומן, הנני מוכן ומזומן, לקיים מצוות עשה, לקיים מצוות עשה, כמו שכתוב בתורה, הנני מוכן ומזומן, כמו שכתוב בתורה, הנני מוכן ומזומן. We say the blessing together on page 570 in the middle. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על ספירת העומר. היום 35 יום שהם 5 שבועות לעומר. Today is the 35th day, which is 5 weeks of the Omer.
We're going to do the mourner's Kaddish, then announcements, and then do a few more things in order to honor Cantor Noah, just to let people know that the service is not ending after Kaddish and announcements. So right now we're going to turn to page 598 for the mourner's Kaddish. And we take a moment to think of those who have passed, either those who have died recently or those who have died during the season in years, well, that have already gone. And on our recently departed list, M.J. Kusel, remembered by the Waterman family. Tal Narani, remembered by the Kalin family. Richard Shaw, remembered by the Shaw and Bergman families. Esther Weissman, remembered by the Weissman family. Esther Spiro, remembered by the Enman and Hoffman families. And Sam Kishner, remembered by the Kishner family. We also think of those who have died within the last 30 days of COVID. People have died of violence in this country, and those killed in ongoing domestic terrorist attacks, as well as those killed in the Ukraine. We also think about those whose yortzites we are currently observing. Mark Binder, Shirley Burke, Alvin Cowan, Al Dolan, Rose Dunner, Bernard Falkowitz, Dorothy Gluck, Henrietta Goldsmith, Saul Goldstein, Margita Greiner, David Paul Kane, Patricia Kidder, Edward Kozlowski, Arlene Lincoln, Rose Ruth Mandel, Ruben Mandel, Arlene Nyberg, Albert Pavlovsky, Alan Rapport, Hannah Rosenfeld, and Jeremy Tysinger. If you have an additional name for our Kaddish or Yortzeit list, please share it with me now. If in the first 7 days of morning Shiva, we ask you to please rise. If you're in the first 30 days of morning Shloshim, we ask you to please rise. If you're observing a yortzeit, please rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, please rise. These are the mourners in our midst. We rise to show them our love and our support. We are on page 598. Yitgadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yimechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kari v'imru. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarak leolam olamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'rechu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'imru. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shmaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'imru. Amen. May the one who makes peace on high grant peace to all who mourn, to all Israel, and to all humankind. And together we say, you may be seated. It's my honor to call Tina again back to the bima to share some announcements with us.
Before I share the announcements, I would like Nathan and Darren to come on up. I just wanted to say mazel tov to you and your families. You did a great job today, and I'm sure you'll do just as well, if not better, tomorrow. So we wish you much success tomorrow and always in your life. And on behalf of the board, I have some Kiddush cups to give you. You're welcome. And we just hope that you use them for all the simchas, Shabbats, and holidays in your life. So good luck to you both. Yeah. Mazel tov. Okay, now on to the announcements. It takes a lot of people to put together an evening like this. So I wanted to thank Rabbi John and Rabbinic Intern Jade for this evening, as well as the Kol Tikva Choir, who I guess has yet to perform. B.J. Dekelis, Evan Schreier, Lisa Birnbaum, Glenn Rabney, Brian Knopf, Jerry Sternbach on the Sternbach on the piano. Yes. And Azuni, I don't know if I'm mispronouncing, pardon? Azurai. Okay, Azurai on sound. And Lindsay and Rebecca on the cameras. And of course, to our amazing Cantor Noah, who planned all this, and who always brings meaning and spirituality to our services. Thank you. So luckily, there's only one announcement, and that has to do with Monday night on Zoom. In recognition of May Mental Health Awareness Month, there's a special program and discussion called Ending the Silence. So it will be, you can look for on your e-blast for the Zoom link. It will be, I'm not sure what time it is. It doesn't say. 7 o'clock? Okay, thank you. 7 o'clock. It's been a traumatic couple of years for so many. Learn ways to help someone in need of your support. In the social hall, there's a tzedakah box for the West Valley Food Pantry. I want to thank the Newlander and Pasternak families for sponsoring our oneg in honor of Nathan and Darren's B'nai Mitzvah. And additionally, I want to thank, there's a team of special people who helped coordinate the oneg, and I wanted to say their names: Sandy Kalin, Cheryl Mandel, Bryn Pime, Kathy Ryder, Saray Shankin, Sarah Small, Maxine Strauss, and Sam Wildman. And thank you. So after this is all over, join us in the social hall for an oneg.
have a few comments for Noah, and then later in the program I'm going to be offering her a blessing. But before I make my comments to Noah, Shai, can you stand up? Shai has just been amazing. He has rebuilt our sound system. He has played guitar. He has led a band. And I realize we haven't given him enough recognition tonight. Thank you for everything you've done, especially during COVID. There are so many nights when you were there supporting your wife and supporting this community, playing guitar, setting up better and better audio systems, because I know you're a tech nerd on top of everything else, and there's always a new toy in there to make, well, our Shabbats online, especially during COVID, sound so much better. So thank you. You were really, truly amazing. Noah. I became a rabbi here almost 12 years ago. And about 11 years ago, back when Cantor was in her last year, I was asked to go to Kadima to lead a middle school service. The most terrifying thing a rabbi can do is to go to a middle school of young Jewish kids who all think they know more than the rabbi and lead a service, and you don't know any of their names. And I'm like, I tried to get out of this for months, but the teacher invited me as a friend. And I finally could not put it off any longer, and I was dreading it. And I show up, and I had this amazing partner that day. She was a song leader from Kadima who I never met before. And every time that the kids were ready to attack me with their questions or just not listening, she would strike up a song or a melody. She would get them back under control. And she actually made it a very positive experience. And by the end of that 20 or 30 minutes, I knew that someday we would be sharing a bima together. And so I turned to her and I said, tell me, what's your experience? What do you know? And she goes, well, my dad used to run a rabbinic program in Israel. I'm like, well, that's a lot of experience already just through osmosis. But I soon learned that she was on a journey. And so we made, well, almost a pact in those days. I said, I want to bring you in for every service where we need a substitute. And I want you to take over our band. And at one point, we even talked many years ago before Shira came in about her stepping in at that point. And we realized that she still didn't know enough for high holidays. And so while Shira was here, she spent 2 years learning high holidays, waiting for her next opportunity and getting to know people. And she took that 2 years so seriously that once Shira left, I could turn to our board and say, I think I have a candidate for you. And when I mentioned her name, over half the board had had a positive experience with her. The other half had no experience, okay? I don't want to make it think. And I said, hey guys, let's not go through another search. We'd been through so many searches for staff members. I said, what about Noah? And people started telling their stories. Like Glenn Rabney, who was on the board at that time. And he started saying, oh, with the band. And we went around the room, and so many people had interacted, either with her at Kadima or here through the band. And suddenly it became a really easy solution. Let's hire Noah. And so for 7 years, we've worked together. And what you don't understand about clergy working together is the need to feel secure on the bima. And no clergy will ever say about their partner, oh God, I don't know what to do. I mean, the person got mad at me between melodies or when they were davening. You know, or if I do something wrong, they point it out to everyone. That's a bad bima partner. That's not the way Noah and I have ever worked. I always know that when I'm up here, that she will support me, and she knows I'll do the same for her. There's complete safety on this bima. And because of that, when we're up here, she can give you her all, as she has, time and time again from this bima. So I have to say, that's always been my concern, because I've been in other situations, and I've never had that concern here. And then I have to think back about what happened back in March of 20, where suddenly we had to figure out how to run a synagogue together, how to make this work, along with many other partners. I will not claim that we didn't have an amazing staff. But when it came time to figure out how to continue prayer, we really had to think about it. We really had to think of little things like, okay, you mute now. I mean, you probably don't realize that Noah had this amazing sound system, but if I started talking before she muted it, you would get this terrible echo. We had little signs between us where I would wait. She would go like this. I'm like, oh, now I can start talking. At one point, I was patting my head for something. I can't remember. There was a patting a head signal. Like, if you saw me doing this, there was something wrong. I don't even remember what it was. But we created these moments so that, well, we could work together across space and time. And then I also think about a night in my backyard where we did, I think, a Sukkot service. And I think we were being swarmed by bugs by the end, but we made it work. The other quality of Noah's I really want to point out is the way, well, you know, it worked with B'nai Mitzvah students. In 7 years of working with B'nai Mitzvah students, I didn't have one complaint. She understood how to work with each child as an individual. And I won't speak about past cantors, but I will say that 7 years without a complaint, that's unheard of. And that just shows her skill with working with the students. So as KT cantors go, your tenure is actually one of the longest. And even as it ends, I know that your influence is going to be felt for years. So it's with both sadness and with pride that I'm watching you depart. As a mentor, I take pride in your journey from song leader to cantor. As a friend, I will miss our weekly reflections. And as a professional partner, I will always remember the joy your spirit, your music, brought to our bima. So thank you for all you have done. Don't sue me. Now it's Laura Rabney's turn, our president. Come on, Laura.
Oh my goodness, Cantor Noah. Oh, I'm gonna cry. You know I cry all the time and every time I come up here, so. So much has already been said tonight. It is just such a beautiful evening and everybody participating. It really has been so beautiful. So, a few things. Not everybody knows this, but when you came to Kol Tikva, you were finishing up your bachelor's degree. And I asked you one night, what school are you going to? Right? And she said, University of Massachusetts. I said, wait, that's where I went. So we're alumni together, both Minutemen. And you know, we've heard this all night, that when you started, you were our musical director, and then Shai, and you brought Beatles Shabbat to Kol Tikva. And I have to say, it was Glenn's happiest moment, and tonight was beautiful. So I think he was happier with Beatles Shabbat than probably our wedding and the birth of our daughters. So thank you. Thank you both, and Shai, all the private lessons, they paid off tonight. Were you proud of your students? So thank you. But you brought so much joy, and then in turn brought so much joy to our community. And I have to say, we talked about when you auditioned, I'll never forget that night. And when you were up here, I was in such awe. I felt like we connected. Our eyes met so many times that night. Do you remember that? And you chanted, and then you sang so many different genres. I mean, she went from genre to genre, all these different songs. The connection was so unbelievable, and I was so excited for our community to feel that same connection as well. And I know that we all have, and something that we will definitely miss. So when you started here as our musical director, you received your bachelor's degree. You two had 2 beautiful sons. You went to cantorial school, and today she took her final exam and passed. We're so proud of you and all of your achievements. Think about that. I mean, everything she did here, children, school, everything in this past 7 years, and we know that you're going to be amazing in Arizona. So we want to thank you for the many ways in which you've enriched our lives and our community over the years. Your voice and presence have magnified our joy during times of simcha and celebration, comfort us in times of sorrow, and broaden our appreciation for the power of music to lift our souls through prayerful song. And we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. But there's more. So we have a gift. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Kol Tikva, come over here. Don't be shy. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Kol Tikva, I'm honored to present this gift to you to hang in your office in Arizona. And we have an inscription in the bottom. It says, Cantor Noah, for your leadership, inspirational music, and friendship, with gratitude and love, Temple Kol Tikva 2022.
Wow. Thank you. Wow, my turn. Maybe I should cry now and get it out of the way. I am full of gratitude, and I'm looking out to all of you, and every single person and I that I meet is another story, is another person that I have been part of their lives. I am honored to have been part of your lives. It is a gift that you have given me. For me, Kol Tikva is a very special place. Here at the ECC is where Levi first learned how to speak English. This is where Yair met his very first friends. And this is where both of them run around the sanctuary, screaming and yelling and having the time of their lives. During my time here, I finally, 13 years took me to finish my BA. And like Laura said, I just finished my cantorial program. As it says in Pirkei Avot, the teachings of our ancestors, Mihu Ashir, who is rich, a person who is happy, content with what they have. And what do I have? I have friendships, I have relationships, and I have these connections that I will never forget. This makes me richer than anything in the world. At Kol Tikva, I was able to experiment and grow because I had the support of the board, the staff, and clergy. I would like to share my appreciation. Thank you, board. Thank you for everything that you have done. Thank you, Clifford and Jose. Without the two of you, nothing would have got done here. Samantha, I think you're here. It has been an honor to work with you all these years, and mazel tov on your major accomplishment and graduating. Hallie, if you're here, thank you so much for your help over the past year. Melanie and Stephanie, I consider myself so lucky to work with such caring, hardworking individuals. Jessica, thank you for everything. It was a pleasure, and you are awesome. To the immediate past president, Rob Moulin, thank you for your advice and support over the years. And to our current temple president, Laura Rabney, for always meeting my creative ideas with enthusiasm and excitement. Laureen, if you're here. What can I say without crying even more? You know that I will forever be thankful for everything that you have done. It has been a true pleasure to know you and to work with you. And to Rabbi John, my wonderful clergy partner, I wanted to thank you for teaching me so much. I have learned so much from you. I feel so fortunate to have worked with you. You supported me, but also challenged me. And for that, I'm a better Cantor. So thank you. I am grateful that my mentor, Cantor Deborah Bard, is here with us. And thank you for being there with me throughout my journey. Thank you. And to, where am I? Lost my place. And also for Rabbi Michael Sternfield, for your wisdom and guidance. Thank you. To my family, near and far, Michal and Yossi, in Israel, Renee and Shlomo, and here in Thousand Oaks, to my best friend and spouse, Shai, and to our wonderful kids, Lavi and Yair, thank you for being part and being best company in this really exciting and crazy journey. How do I summarize a goodbye? It's very hard. Kol Tikva is a multifaceted gem with every facet a different person and a different experience that I have a personal connection with. This connection will continue to live within me, and I will never forget. So, kol sof hu atchala chadasha. Every ending is a new beginning. I will conclude with a quote from Tfilat HaDerech, from the Traveler's Journey, to all of us, because we're starting, all of us, a new journey. May you send blessing in all our handiwork, and grant us grace, kindness, and mercy in your eyes and in the eyes of all who see. May you hear the sound of our humble request, because you are God who hears prayer's request. Blessed are you, Adonai, who hears prayer. To all of us, I'm going to say, Behatzlacha velehitraot. Good luck and goodbye. I will miss all of you. Thank you.
You may be seated. Let me call forward Cantor Deborah Bard. Noah, I'm going to put you right over here, if that's okay. You can bring the Kleenex, but leave a little bit for tomorrow's bar mitzvah families. They'll probably need a few tissues. Well, good Shabbos. I'm going to put you on the inside since I'm a little taller than you. I need everyone to do this. Can you all do that? That's what the priests used to do in the days of old when they blessed people. And we're going to bless Cantor right now. And it was supposed to just be me and the Cantor, but tonight we're all going to bless her, because you've all been part of her journey. And if you get more comfortable doing it like that, that's fine too. But we're going to raise our hands right now and bless her as she goes on her way and journeys forward. Oh, let me give you a mic. May God bless you and keep you all the days of your life. May the light of God shine upon you, the light of all of these hands raised towards you, the light that you always bring into the room, may it always reflect back onto you.
Shalom.
May the light of your heart shine so bright. May the light of your voice, may the light of your spirit, well, may it always bring people to you who love you, who care for you, who want to give to you, and then you give back to each one of them. And together we say, Amen. Put down your arms and yell, Yasher Koach, Mazel Tov, whatever you want to yell. I'd like to get the choir up here, correct, Cantor? Yes. We're going to get the choir. If you're a choir member, come on forward. Love the fact that Cantor's working right now. Cantor, get those mics in the right place. One needs to stand and put your arm around the people next to you if you know them. If you do not know them, ask first. Go for it. Start to sway. Noah is going to hold our Kiddush Cup tonight. I do want to let everyone know, while we're honoring her tonight, she's still here for 2 more Friday nights. Just to remind everybody. Here we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam boreh peri hagafel lechaim.
Hey, come on up. Shai and Noah, hold this challah together. Shai, take... Oh, never mind. I give up. It's too late. Oh, good man. Let's all point at the challah and go yummy, yum, yum. Here we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Go to the social hall. Cantor will greet you there. Please do not walk behind the cameras.